NES games on Switch will have voice chat via Nintendo's online app, written by Eli Pales. Pales? I'm gonna go with Pales. 2 steps forward and 1 step back is often Nintendo's mantra, and it seems to be the case with Nintendo when Nintendo brings NES games to Switch later this year alongside the launch of Nintendo Switch Online. Although all classic games will feature online multiplayer and voice chat, the voice chat will only be accessible via the Nintendo Switch Online mobile app. As a reminder, you cannot use voice chat directly in a Nintendo game to talk with your friends. Instead, you have to use the app on your phone to communicate with another user. For one-to-one games, it's often easier just to call your friend. And then there's a little quote. With online play added to every classic game, you can compete or cooperate online with friends, share your screen, or pass the controller depending on the game. With the Nintendo Switch Online smartphone app, you can also voice chat during your play sessions. End quote. This is the second announcement today concerning Nintendo's voice chat system. Earlier today, Blizzard Entertainment announced that its port of Diablo 3 on Switch would also use Nintendo's app for voice chat. However, we know that it doesn't always have to be the case. Fortnite for the Switch, for example, has voice chat right inside the game. No app required. And then it asks, will you be trying out voice chat with Nintendo's classic NES titles? And I would, but not with an app, probably with Discord.
Discord is, I'll say, like, I've tried to use that app before, and it's... But I've played Splatoon with friends and used Discord, and it's way easier and way better to deal with, and it's just silly.
Okay.
Like,
it really
Fortnite can use voice chat with just the Switch's headphone jack. No problem. We know that the headphone jack supports microphone input for headsets, but then we just... Splatoon, why can't Splatoon? Splatoon should with your team, or, you know, Diablo, I'm actually very surprised that Blizzard wouldn't include it in, but it just boggles my mind. I don't know.
The weird thing...
I feel like if it's oh, sorry.
No, you can go.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, is this a protection thing for, like, children and teenagers, making sure... I don't know, because Nintendo has always tried to be child conscientious, whatever it is, with their games, says the company that made Dead Hand. But
parental controls, though.
I know, those are a thing. They have them on the 3DS. I don't know why it would be that hard to throw that in there. I mean, obviously a lot of kids now are smart enough to bypass it. So that could be part of it. I don't know.
Sure. But I mean, to quote Jesse... Star Fox 64 3D on the 3DS could do video chat. Like, live video chat. And that was one of the earliest games on the 3DS. The Switch should have no problem including something like voice chat in games like Splatoon or Diablo, or playing an NES game from the 1980s. So,
yeah.
I mean, imagine how much fun it would be if you were able to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then just at the top there were these 4 little screens, or however many screens for you and your friends, and then the giant stage, and you can see each other getting pissed off at one another.
Sure. No, like the 3DS and the Wii U had cameras, like little webcams. Right. Switch doesn't. But even still, I would love to be able to voice chat, because just built in, because myself, like, Smash especially, my brother and I get very into Smash. We get very competitive with each other. It's one of my favorite games to play with him, and he literally bought a Wii U specifically only for Smash. That was the whole thing. He bought a Wii U just for Smash, and we would play online together, and we'd call each other so that we could chat while playing together online. And if we could just eliminate that step and just have the voice chat in there, it just would make everything so much more convenient.
I know.
But now this is the week where Daniel complains.
So here's my question.
Yes.
All of the NES games are going to be getting online multiplayer. Nintendo's been very vague on exactly what they mean by multiplayer. Some games didn't have multiplayer to begin with. Like, if you play multiplayer in the NES Mario games, is me playing as Mario. After I die, the next person plays as Luigi. That's multiplayer for the NES games. Is that what it's going to be on the Switch for the online multiplayer, or are they changing it enough to where like both people can play at the same time and interact with each other like New Super Mario Bros, or is it going to be your score gets put on a leaderboard and that's the online function? It's just that your score gets compared to your friends. How much work are they actually... Yeah, like how much work are they putting into this? Or they could do something...
multiplayer, that's just a leaderboard.
They could do something as simple as almost a shadow play. Like when you beat a level and then you have the shadow of your character and you can like keep on trying to beat your high score, but you get to see where you are on that level, like in Mario Kart. But instead have it, if you're playing with your friend, then maybe they show up as Luigi and like you're both playing at the same time, but there's no interaction with each other. You're just seeing each other on the same screen. So if you run into someone, you're not bumping into them, you're just running past them.
So that's sort of like the multiplayer function in Super Mario Run, is they just show up as like a Shadow Mario. And that's all it is. And it's not, like, I couldn't care less about it.
Yeah.
I really hope if they're actually putting in an effort and making changes that it'll be changed to like how the multiplayer works in New Super Mario Bros. Where you're actually interacting with each other, you can throw each other, and you're actually playing through it together and working together to beat the levels. But on the NES, there is a game that I used to have as a kid. It's like a Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh, I was close.
The Disney cartoon, the Disney characters, they had a game, platformer, actually very fun game when Disney video games were really good. And it has 2-player side-by-side co-op, not turn-based, like where you take turns
on
like
the NES.
Super Mario Bros. On the NES.
Okay, so like
the NES can do it.
Mario Bros. Like the original, where you're just like bouncing on Koopas, had multiplayer. I could see how that game could have online multiplayer. But the first game they announced isn't it Super Mario Bros. 3?
I think so, yeah.
And I just don't see how that, like, even was Kirby on the NES?
Yeah.
So like I can see how Kirby would be multiplayer, because that, I feel like Kirby's always been multiplayer.
Not on the NES, but on the Super Nintendo onwards.
Yeah.
So what's this Chip and Dale NES?
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Looking this up.
On the
I remember
NES.
those characters.
This was a game we had, and it's been a long time.
Oh yeah, it is. It is 2D Mario, basically.
It has 2-player co-op.
That's so cool.
Play simultaneously. There's no reason they can't do it for Super Mario Bros.
I would have loved. They have Zelda hearts too.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good game actually. Although it's been
Who's
a
Ashley?
very long time since I played it, but
you said it's a good game, Ashley.
Actually, like it actually is.
I know what you meant. I'm
sorry. I'm just slurring my words.
Once upon a time, I did that too.
But we do know people named Ashley, so
yeah,
it's true.
It's not a reference to them though.
There's like 5 of them on the Discord.
There's a few of them. Yes.
That's really. I'm loving this Chip and Dale. You guys can't see it watching.
In the chat, Michelle Jones says, "I remember."
Michelle. Wait, is Michelle a Patreon?
Is she?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
She could be if she wanted to. That's up to you, Michelle. But yes, it's a good game. It was one of those. We didn't have very many NES games. We had like Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt on the same cartridge. I know we had Zelda. We had a Yoshi game that was like a puzzle game.
I just thought of multiplayer Duck Hunt, to where it's just one person plays as the dog, so you just tap A to laugh at the other person.
Oh my god.
So it would just be very limited. I don't know. I'm sorry. It was just a funny thought.
You're a funny thought.
Thank you. I try.
You're a thought.
No, not that again. We had
funny thought.
I think it was the Game Awards where Breath of the Wild won. So the last Game Awards, the whole chat was calling us all thoughts. It was all game over thought from everyone.
That's me.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was one of the best. So what is can you think of any other multiplayer games? And that's
like
the thing.
On the NES that were co-op like that, or do you mean just in general, like multiplayer games that exist? Because there's lots.
Well, so what I was getting to with like the taking turns multiplayer. What's the point of that voice chat? Why would I need to talk to you on voice chat if we're just taking turns on a level?
I don't want to.
If we're playing, if we are playing together, I could see voice chat.
Sense.
But if
like,
it's
throw me up there, or watch out for that Koopa Troopa. I don't know. Yeah.
But if it's just like taking turns and we have voice chat, then I'm just like, why? I don't. Yeah.
No, it makes no sense.
What about you, Ilya? Do you have any thoughts, any qualms?
I mean, as far as NES classic titles, I don't. The only one I've ever played is Zelda 1, and no, Daniel, I haven't reached the first dungeon.
It's. Anyways, I've run that joke into the ground. I was gonna tell you.
I need you to message
If you had to choose only one NES game to play, Zelda is not a bad choice. I'll put that out there. Way better than Metroid. It's aged way better than Metroid. But Metroid on the NES is unplayable in my opinion. And this is coming from a Metroid fan, so but
I mean, I could see it wouldn't be multiplayer, but I mean, people already do this on YouTube. They record themselves playing, they say, "Ready, go," and they like, you know, see who does what side quest at what point, and you know, let's race. It's like, so I think
there's like Zelda.
Zelda Master does them.
Those and Zelda Master and.
I need to watch those.
That's kind of interesting. Yeah. Although I really think it works best for Breath of the Wild because there's no linear track.
So many open possibilities for that. Yeah. You just got one end goal.
You have a lot of parameters though for that one. It's like, what is finishing? You have to get through all the main quests and everything, which I find really fascinating. But even like them doing it through Skyward Sword, it's like, well, I'm gonna go actually get these potions and whatnot because I suck at this boss. That's the most I could see because that's the only game I know on the NES. So I was not alive when it came out.
I was not either, but
I wasn't either.
I had 3 older brothers, so I got to like a lot of the hand-me-down games. I want to say I got to experience a lot of that stuff, right? So I guess I'm pretty lucky that way. But
when did the NES come out?
1986.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of my brothers or I were born. Nope. We were not even thoughts.
My oldest brother would have been
like that.
Gibbs says 1800 Korok seeds is finishing.
No, Gibbs, crazy. Also, Gibbs said that I'm unplayable on the NES, and this is true.
Interesting.
Actually, there's a thing. There is like a GoFundMe thing that I actually donated towards, and it was like NES Maker thing. So it was basically like an NES development kit. That I decided if that comes to fruition, I want to make an NES game, just for kicks. And my brother and I have like tossed around like how to do that, and what the premise would be, and everything. And so maybe in like a couple of years, maybe I will be playable on the NES, Gibbs. Maybe I will be.
That would be hilarious.
So,
Hylium's Gamecast, the game.
That would be well. What would you do though? I don't know. Anyways, we should probably move to the next piece of news. Or I think we've covered everything we can with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really quick for the people that stayed for the end of the NES stuff. There was a piece of news that I was wanting to put on, but it was again non-news, like we talked about before we actually began recording. Before I began recording, was Miyamoto does not like MMOs for some reason. Don't know why. He just doesn't like them. So everyone's fantasies of like a Zelda or Pikmin or Pokemon MMO aren't very likely. Although he has less to do with Pokemon than the other ones. So Pokemon's still possible, but
it's kind of ironic because when he was making, there's like interviews where he's talking about when he was making like Super Mario 64 and how desperately he wanted to make that 2-player experience.
Mm-hmm. And
like how every time they make like a Mario game, they experiment with that. And it's like, and yet he does not want to do an MMO.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, I love the idea of being able to play together, and you know, I don't know. It seems a little backwards to me, but I don't know. Miyamoto is I don't want to criticize the way his brain works because he's a genius, but yes.
Do you have any thoughts before we move on, Ilya?
I've only played one MMO game, so I guess I'm in the same. Is it an MMO game? Maybe I'm not quite sure what an MMO game is, but I was thinking.
Loves her MMOs. Yeah, that's the one Tubes plays.
Okay.
For some
Why
reason.
am I hearing voices?
What?
Well, we are talking into your headphones.
No, where is the sound coming from?
What sound? I don't know.
What is happening?
Are you okay?
It went away. No,
Are you okay?
Maybe it was an ad on a web
schizophrenic.
page.
Why won't the ad go away?
I've had that where we've been recording and then I've opened up a web page to grab a news article and then there was like a super loud ad and I'm just like, and people watching probably have no idea why I'm doing that, but
I fixed it.
I'm
like legit sweating now. That was bothering me.
I think one of the main things is with MMOs, like if you create an MMO, it's something that you have to keep supporting for like 4 or 5 years. And with Miyamoto, he always seems to be interested in like new ideas and new.
You would get bored with it.
Things, yeah. So like he would put it out there, and then he would want to immediately start on something else, as opposed to, yeah, which like after he after he finished Skyward Sword, he wanted time to work on new ideas, and he came up with the giant fighting robot game. So not very original, I guess, of an idea.
True.
The way you played it was, but then it's just giant robots. So, and now you play that with, you put cardboard backpack on and you can play it. But it was on Wii U.
There's now a third Labo set out.
Is it?
It's all vehicles.
Are you the Labo set?
I'm the Labo set. You make a cardboard Daniel. No, it's all vehicles.
We could put you back here.
I'm
behind my desk.
Yeah, you just
a cardboard Daniel.
But I'm so terrible because I'm such a wicked.
What would your pose be?
Boy, and I actually want to buy. I want to buy it. Oh, my pose would be very standard. Very standard. Be like.
But decapitated.
Yes.
Like
but
we can see.
No, I would not be.
Could I have like USB plugs on your nipples? So I could like charge my phone by plugging into your nipple?
Then there's one that goes in my mouth. And then you can pose me like this. And then it's like I'm eating it. So it's like, and then the phone charger.
No, you have to do the Nintendo Direct pose. Yes. Alright, let's go to the next thing. I already put the timestamp at the wrong time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps a lot doing
Why is
editing.
it playing again?
Are we talking rumors?
No, we're doing the review.
The review?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Link Between Worlds.
Makes this ad go away.
Yeah.
I'm closing it.
Good. Oh wait, then maybe I should get my little Link.
Your Link? What? What's he doing?
Should I grab my 3DS or something? I have it. All my Zelda stuff's right here.
Jesse disappeared.
It's like,
This
should
is
I grab...
Link, a Link Between Worlds. He's not an amiibo, but I still own him.
It's the not Figma. What is it called? Is it Figma?
I think it is Figma.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't have the box.
Is that Japanese
anymore,
for toy? Or statue? I don't know. It's something
Maybe.
like that. Yeah, so A Link Between Worlds. Alright.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.